Welcome everyone to the Sunny Coast very own podcast called The Referral Wave. My name's Tony Cross, and by day I've got a business called Drive Connect, which is a car brokering business. But today I'm hosting this great podcast, and I've got Natalie Williams with me from C Advisory. Welcome along.
Thank you for having me.
No worries at all. Look, let's jump straight into it. Tell us a bit about C Advisory.
C Advisory is a financial services company that I own. And the reason why I called it C Advisory is C stands for Strategic Ethical Advice, which is something really close to my heart. So I shortened it to C because for people to type out an email, strategic ethical advice is quite long. So yeah,
So it
that,
had nothing to do with living by the sea at all.
there is a little bit of play that I'm based on the Sunshine Coast, so it all ties in.
Yeah, right. Well, tell us about a couple of different facets of your business. I know you got investment, superannuation, insurance, and Centrelink assistance, things like that. Just talk to us a little bit about those different offerings.
That's a big question because financial planning can be quite complex. I focus on strategy. So I look where my clients are now and where do they want to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? What lifestyle are they looking to have when they retire, or what goal are they wanting to achieve? And then I deal with each pillar. So superannuation, ensuring that they have sufficient to retire on. If they continue the way they are, then there's a risk side. If anything were to happen to them, would they have a huge risk to their financial well-being?
Yep.
And then I look at wealth creation, Centrelink benefits. Are they eligible for any? If we do a few tweaks, will that make them eligible? So there's no one size fits all. I have loads of clients coming to see me with completely different scenarios. Some have huge tax liability within their super. So we do recontribution strategies to make that money that's taxable, non-taxable.
Yeah, right. So the importance there is just to make sure that they get advice from you and get it tailored the right way so that ultimately you get to keep as much as that wealth when it comes to retirement, correct?
Absolutely. And as I say, I have clients that have several properties, they have property portfolios. And just from an estate planning point of view, it's really good to take a look at how everything is structured and what that impact will be, because it can have significant impact.
Yeah, no, fantastic. All right, well, let's get on to BNI a little bit. What led you to joining BNI?
When I opened my business, I visited a number of network companies that were out there, went to breakfast and looked at how they operate, met the people. And I found that BNI structure resonated with me. I liked the strong givers gain philosophy as well as the accountability. I liked that it was tracked. So you could see, where am I falling short? Am I not providing enough referrals? Am I not having enough one-on-ones? Am
Yeah,
I receiving referrals? And if not, yeah, you can address why.
yeah,
And you can improve yourself. I also love the camaraderie. So, in our chapter, we have an accountant, a lawyer, a bookkeeper, and there's sometimes where you just want to ask a question. Um, you don't want to make an appointment and go into a formal office and sit down and, it's like your friends that you can just say, oh, by the way, this is what I'm thinking of doing. What's your thought? Like, is
yeah.
there anything I should look out for? Yeah, along those lines. And I
Got your
really
own, got your own little sounding board group. That's good.
absolutely.
What chapter you're in? Are you in?
I am in Elite. So
Ah,
Elite is a new chapter that only formed last year. So when I was looking, there was no position available for a financial planner, advisor. They were all taken. There was one chapter, but it was one of the largest chapters, and they really wanted someone who had had their business going for about 2 years, and I'd just opened my business. And I thought, well, the only way I was going to get into BNI is if we get into a new one.
Yeah, yeah.
So Leanne, myself, Yaku, our accountant, and Nadeep, the mortgage broker, got together and we set about opening our chapter. And in a very short space of time, we had the required 25 to open and we launched. And we've already done, since August to date, we've done just 800,000, just over
Oh,
800,000.
isn't that fantastic?
Thank you for close of business.
Yeah, that's great. Well, how have you used your membership in BNI to enhance your journey? Like, how have you used that to help with your networking?
I think that one of the key things for my success is I ensure that I have and I make the time to do one-on-one. Sit down and don't just have a general chat, but ask about who I'm meeting with their business. I understand their business and I look to see how I can help their business. And then I explain what my business does and what type of client they could refer to me and how they could go up, about referring a client to me. So I
Yeah.
give them the tools that I think will work for them. And that's proved very successful. I think showing up for every meeting is crucial. I see, normally when somebody isn't getting a lot of leads, you can just hop onto Connect and it normally tells a story, how many times they've not come to meetings, one-on-ones. It's a commitment and you have to be involved. You've got to treat your chapters members as your best mates.
Yes, it's the one-to-ones are vitally important, especially I mean, in all chapters, but in your chapter that's new, to get out and meet people in other chapters even and do cross-chapter one-to-ones, because not only, as you say, you're finding out about my business, but I'm also finding out intricately about your business, which makes it easier for me to refer you, right? So,
Absolutely.
it's a very key factor to the whole thing. How have you used BNI to solve any problems in your business or help you out in any way?
Um, I think that BNI has been invaluable to my clients. I've got one client that she's a previous DV victim. So
Mm.
she suffers from high anxiety. She's very nervous of people, etc. And she bought a property and she needed an electrician. She needed a plumber. The fence was starting to fall down, so she needed a builder. Um, she needed security was upmost for her, so she wanted a whole system put in with cameras. And I was able to assist her with that within my BNI. And the fact that I know these people, meet with them every week, gave her the confidence that she wasn't just having some random stranger come into her house. And because I could explain her situation without breaking any confidentiality, and she was happy with what I was saying to them, I ran it by her first. They were cognizant of her limitations with dealing with people, especially, male, um, you know, chapter members. And she absolutely loved every single one of them. She raves about all the members that have assisted her.
Yeah, that's
Like
fantastic
the
because
electrician put in a aircon for her, and then he went back because she bought a new stove and he put that in for her, and he's put some spotlights in for her. And So there's been a lot of repetitive business with quite a few of the members as well.
Yeah. And it's good because you get to refer those people in confidence and know that they will do the right thing by her. So not only is she's trusting in you, but you're trusting your contacts out of your chapter. So the whole thing works perfectly. So that's fantastic. When it given when it comes to BNI, your journey so far, have you got any success stories you can talk about? That was obviously one, but what about any clients or anything like that you've got? Have you got a good story there you can share with us?
Um, yeah, I've got quite a few. Just off the top of my head, the last client was actually a BNI member's parent. And she was chatting, saying, oh, they've got together with each other late in life, and there's going to be problems with their Centrelink, etc. And I was able to chat to them, set them up so that they would be able to get their Centrelink payments again.
Oh, fantastic.
And if they'd left it the way it was, they wouldn't have qualified.
Oh, no, that's good. Yeah, no, that's a great story. Yeah, well, that's great. You can help them out like that. And they would have been really happy with that referral because they probably thought that it was never going to happen. So yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes, no, that are and another example similar to that was the client that came to me, also no Centrelink benefits because they had too much money, but there was a 5-year age difference. And so the one that had just turned 67 didn't qualify, but we put in a strategy where we moved the other partner's money back to super, which is quite legal. And once it's in super, it's not, because he's not 67, it wasn't counted. So the other partner is getting they're getting a substantial amount from Centrelink benefits that they would never have got. So Centrelink benefits for a single person is up to 30,000 a year.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that's great. Um, Given your journey in BNI so far, again, I know it hasn't been a long time. What's one bit of advice you would give to anyone listening to the podcast from BNI or thinking about joining?
I think the most important thing where I look at who's most successful is get involved.
Yep.
Stand up and be counted. Come to every meeting. Make time. It's once a week. Make time to show up. And when you show up, be present. Do one-to-one. And people often say to me, they're struggling. And in my chapter, they'll come and say, Natalie, I don't have any leads or referrals to give to people. And I say, you don't have to think about your own client. Just think about everyone you surrounded by. So you're at the barber or the hairdresser cutting your hair, and he mentions he's having such a problem with the water pressure. And you say, oh, you know what? Would you like me to send my plumber around? He's an awesome guy. I'm sure he'll be able to assist you with that. Can
Yeah.
I flick him your number? He can give you a call and set it up. And I start, help people think outside of the box. I've given a referral when I've been standing in a line waiting to pay for my groceries. And a lady got chatting to me, and she told me she had an issue, an electrical issue, and she just couldn't find an electrician to come out and assist her. And I said, no problem. I've got one for you. Do you mind if I get your number and I'll flick it to him and he'll give you a call? And he phoned her within 2 hours, and she turned out to be a substantial client for him.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone giving a referral in a grocery line before. That
Yeah,
could that could be a first for our podcast. Oh, that's cool.
I just don't think that people should sort of pitch in box where they get their referrals from.
Yeah.
Is that in sitting around a barbecue, chatting to mates who may have an issue with needing new curtains. Oh, that was another one actually. I mentioned, oh, I want new blinds. I mean, oh, I've got a fantastic chap. Gave the number, and he did. He'll end up doing all the blinds in the house.
Yeah, fantastic. There's a
So,
podcast. There's a podcast that Dr. Ivan Meisner does, and it is about listening out for referrals, and it's all about listening for people bragging or complaining. We're planning on going on a holiday. We're planning on getting a new car, or yes, my electricity isn't working, or my plumbing's like lost pressure. So
mhm.
yeah, there's a good method there. So well done. Hey, listen, what's next for your business? Any plans on the horizon, or just keep tapping away at BNI and growing that way?
I will be continuing with BNI. I think, I'm actually was privileged to be nominated to a leadership role with the opening of the chapter. And I will just continue. It works for me, it works for my business. And as the business grows, so I expand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it all happens in sequence.
Yeah, step by step.
Yeah.
What's the one core value of BNI that resonates with you?
Accountability.
Yeah,
I absolutely love accountability. Is say what you mean, well, mean what you say, and do what you say you would do. And I think that builds trust, um, as well as a strong foundation for any relationship.
yeah. No, well said. How can listeners get in touch with you? Obviously, we can get on the BNI app and find you, but what else have you got going on they can find you at?
I have a website,
Yep,
advisory.com.au, by email, by phone. I do have a Facebook page, um, Advisory, and I would love members to pop into our chapter and just see how what a great bunch of people we have, for one, and how well it's working. It's one of my very proud achievements.
yeah.
I don't
And
think many chapters open in the end of August, and by January they've got over 800,000. Thank you for close of business.
yeah, no, that's fantastic. And you guys meet on Tuesday mornings at Dicky Beach Surf Club, correct?
No, it's
No,
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday, sorry.
Yes, at
Yeah,
Dicky Beach Surf Club.
yeah,
We
Wednesday.
start we start at 7 sharp. So we
Yep,
tell everyone to try and get there between 1:30 and 7:45.
yep,
We start 7 o'clock sharp and we end at 8:30 sharp. And
yep.
then we encourage people to mingle and chat. And it's a lovely setup there.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's fantastic. Well, there's your invite. Anyone listening, there's your invite. Get down and see Natalie. Look, it's been fantastic to have you on the podcast. You did say before we started it was the first time you've ever done one.
I
You're a
was very
natural.
nervous.
You're a natural. Did really well and very insightful into people, especially being in a new chapter too. So it's good for people to understand that even if you are joining a new chapter, that you can really get going quickly and form a good network around you and get into it. So thanks very much.
Absolutely. And if it doesn't exist, make it exist.
I love the attitude. Well, you guys have certainly done that down there. So congratulations.